Так, был небольшой перерыв такой неожиданный. Слушай, я даже не думаю, не стоит. Почему у меня этот комбинезон сломанный в ухнар? Как-нибудь в следующий раз. У кого узнать? Блин, это не дошел до конца. Опять вор. Да надоело уже, блин. Повторяется одно и то же. Кто Зив? Да все, короче, он убежал. Все, забей. Причем уже несколько раз одно и то же. Одного и того же мужика постоянно один и тот же вор грабит.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
Ah, he lives here all right. The devil take him. In a cottage at the end of the village by the road to Newhoff.
Так, кто это? Любош какой-то. Что тут за потасовка? Кого-то убили, что ли?
This is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz. in the service of Hanish's captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you.
Да, привет еще раз.
Or all that's left of him.
Ого.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
А, кажется, помню, да. Да, чуть-чуть помню. Любаш. Любаша больше нет.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Да помню, конечно, что ты там пишешь.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Где был ночь?
You happen to know where he was on...
I've no idea.
Любаш.
Another thing.
Все, Любаш и все.
When did you find the body?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
The parish priest here in Ujits, he's a peculiar...
Это уже не все, это уже не имеет отношения к этому делу. Походу все.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in.
Любаша, расскажи что-нибудь.
Sir Hanish gives a job like that to a young fellow like you? Well, what?
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living. Well, maybe now I've got an idea or two.
Да я откуда знаю, куда все делись.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much.
Все почему-то Half-Life любят смотреть, а это нет.
Not till yesterday in church, as it happens.
Хотя Half-Life уже надоело. Поговори со священником.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home at...
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin. I never saw him with anyone.
Это тогда зашло на Фримена. На ХДТФ зашло. И то из этих 20. Ну там подписались, да. Тогда у меня как было 40... Что-то там 47 подписчиков, что ли. А потом сейчас вот уже сколько? 69. Это все ради ХДТФ. Ну, недолго. Недолго, конечно. Игру прошел, все, никто не смотрит. Кого еще спросить? Может, ваш? Кто такой ваш?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it.
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I was wondering.
Do you know what Lubosh was?
He looked like.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with any.
Нет, конечно, не вернули. Там не возвращают деньги.
I found that horse you lost.
Really?
Yes, really.
Thank for all the saints. I was just about to start packing my things.
You're welcome.
I will. Jesus, look where you're going.
Там возвращают только если ты меньше 2 часов играл в игру. Тогда возвращают. С кем еще поболтать? Может, еще что-нибудь можно узнать? Какая игра зачет? Фримен зачеты? Фримен как... Фримен точно не зачет. Какой зачет? Они ходят как зомби какие-то. Ну это вроде как зачет, да. Только никто не смотрит. Просто ее много кто стримит, из-за этого никого нет. Все там на своих стримах смотрят. Может, Крашмар что знает? А, я с этим говорил, что ли, уже?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa.
I don't know how I can...
Who was this Lubosh?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time. And then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know.
That's all.
Все понятно, ничего нет. Нет, нужно стримить те игры, которые одновременно как бы и новые, и в то же время не популярны, я не знаю как. Потому что, например, сейчас там стримов Kingdom Come, там их столько штук, что все люди распределены по всем, и все, никого нет. Куча стримов по Kingdom Come. Так, может у писаря узнать.
I've come in the...
I don't.
That's all.
Да что там смотреть? Можно не смотреть. Так.
Good health to you.
I've come in the...
Of course.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but...
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Да, я же говорю. Ну, 140 это не все. Ну, это как бы не только. Русских не так много именно. Из 140 русских там не так много. Писец.
I've come in the name of...
Of course.
That's all.
Так, это можно продать. А почему это? Куда ты делся? А, вон. Ну что тут еще об этом Любаша можно узнать? Вроде ничего. А, может еще, может у священника? А, нет, у священника это... Кто тут еще может что знать? Тин-тин-тин-тин-тин. Капуста. Уровень живучести повышен. Надо же. Живучесть. 8. Я даже не знаю, какие там еще игры. Ну, Half-Life, естественно. Там Dota же тоже Valve идет. Или нет? Left 4 Dead тоже, по-моему, или нет? Left 4 Dead тоже вроде как такая сетевая хрень.
Is there someone here?
Sure. How good are you?
I've shot a few.
Then you'll have... Splendid! Meanwhile...
Вашек.
Let's begin.
Блин. Блин, ну можно же догнать еще. Блин, нет, не догнать. Если бы яблочко попасть хоть раз, тогда... А, нет, все, уже 15. Меня вздернули вообще. Хрена себе, как они стреляют, а? А, ну все, у меня уже все, 0 стрел.
Is there someone here?
Sure. How good are you?
I reckon I can.
Bold work. Best. Splendid. Meanwhile...
21 стрела.
Let's begin.
А, ну это все, это непроходимо.
I told you you're not allowed to leave. You're disqualified.
На тебе. А вот так хочешь? А вот так вот тебе. А вот так вот. Все? Прилег? Че ты подбежал, на? А че он без сознания? Я его разве не убил? Иди отсюда, че вы тут стоите? А что-то в него стрела не летит. В этого летит. Че, деньги есть тут у тебя? Мне кажется, что-то игра заглючила, нет? Крачмаря не могу убить. Лол, вообще. У меня пердак бомбанул. Я играю в испытания лучников.
Is there someone?
Of course. How good are you?
Я хочу быть умелым.
Then you'll meanwhile.
Вашик корчмарь. В яблоко. Ага, хуяблоко. Не, если бы хотя бы стрелы, чтобы попадали, вот тогда, может быть, я и выиграю. Но у меня не всегда попадают. Блин, вообще невозможно стрелять. Может, выиграю? Да ну почему, ну... Блять, вообще не туда. Уже Вашик вперед вошел. Ой, это я попал в яблоко, что ли? Блять, вот это промахиваться нельзя было. Последняя стрела. И вообще в очко куда-то, блядь, стрельнул. Все, этот выиграл, Вашик. А, нет, они еще даже не все стрелы вы... Я бы мог выиграть, если бы не промахнулся бы там, может, пару раз. Все, 30 монет просрал. Jesus. Кто тут еще есть? Ой, да все, надо с этим священником говорить. Фиг что-то, я его больше ничего не узнаю. Где этот храм? О, подожди-ка. Может в кости сыграть? Сколько ставка? Если ставка хорошая, то можно сыграть. Это вообще ни о чем. Я даже играть не буду. Все, отдыхай. 11 монет.
Good day to you.
Можно спросить?
Blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh...
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances. And this is one of them.
Ну, красноречие. Не очень красноречие.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
Провал охренительный. Все, иди нахер, дебил. Мне просто обаяния мало. А если я сейчас возьму? Что так обаяния мало? 4 только. О, ожерелье дает обаяние. Серебряное кольцо. Ожерелье. А что, не дает теперь? О, так 8 обаяния. Нормально, я без ботинок. Блять, рубашка рваная.
Did you notice that's... Do you know what... There are... Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things...
8 красноречия. Интересно, сколько у него красноречия.
But Lubosh is dead.
If I told you... If people...
Worse than the...
No one is...
Пошел ты нахер. Блять, качал красноречие, в итоге не могу пробить его красноречие. Это кто?
Of course.
I mean here, in the presbytery.
Yeah, right here.
In the presbytery? With the parish priest?
Yes. What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Yes, of course I like you.
So why are you surprised Godwin likes me too?
I'm not. I mean, I see.
Кто это?
I think.
Опять тут воды нигде нету. Тебе в сеть, что ли, или чё? Чё ты встал? Чё-то опять встал, и только... Что за херня с ним? Да ёб, да я с тобой поговорю, чё за хрень? А, или я уже поговорил, я не понял.
Father, with a stick. Father Lube.
I wouldn't. Suppose we...
All right.
Корчме. Кого еще Любаша можно что-то узнать?
God be with you. Fancy throw.
Чё так мало? Неужели нельзя ставку нормальную сделать? Все, я сходу выиграл. Что-нибудь А, вот. 4 сотки. Блин, опасно кинуть, нет?
No point in pushing it.
А, не, ничего нету. Фигня. Это вообще дико повезло. Все, я выиграл уже нафиг. Все, я выиграл. 11 грошей, офигенно вообще. Так, до вечера надо подождать. О, какой-то люмир играть сел. Это тоже не ставка, это фигня, иди отсюда. А где этот священник? А, он там, что ли, уже внутри?
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh. I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
Сейчас священник нажрется.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rodman. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
Hail as usual. My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch, Bernard.
You think I'm too young for the job, Father?
I do, to tell the truth.
Well, I can only apologize for my lack of grey hair and gout.
Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noel? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumors aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves and broke off the attack.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I hear you had quite an adventurous life after the seminary.
I like to leave the past in the past. Now I'm here, and the life I have suits me just fine. Wine, women, and mass.
Хорошая жизнь.
I notice there's a woman living with you at the presbytery.
What of it? Have you never met a cleric who lives with a woman before? Mother Church won't let me take her to wife. Too afraid it might lose its property to any heirs she bore me. But she cooks and cleans. And, well, as a man I have my needs.
I'm not sure the parish priest at St. James would agree with you.
I heard he was a bit odd.
I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well,
Давайте к делу.
But now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone.
You're just making excuses. The people who say the church is corrupt are right. You don't care about anyone, only your own comfort.
I'm sorry you see it that way. Really sorry.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And a tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life with a nice moral to them, especially if they're about fornication.
Can you give me an...
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague. in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound. I'm thinking about...
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy.
Так давайте накатим уже.
Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive fur, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Накатил.
This Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Да, давай.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think them in a few years.
Yeah, unless they...
Nonsense.
Довольно.
Thanks for the... Oh, it's getting quite late.
What do you suppose? We have a...
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Пьянство. О, какой-то мувик. Охранительный священник. В общем-то, типичный священник. Уж нормально.
Enough of this. Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out. Wow.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Ой. Чё, серьезно? Драться надо? А может, я не хочу? А если бы я отказался с ним пить, интересно? Чё было бы? Сейчас проверим. Где-то что-то как-то вариантов особых нету. Такое ощущение.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I'm from Scap. They're dead.
You must have.
It was terrible. God knows. I didn't make. They all.
My. And how?
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujit, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Neuhoff?
The rumors aren't exact. The Neuhoff stud, sure they...
I see it. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. I noticed your...
You know what?
But...
Let's just... These days...
I hear you had...
I noticed there's a...
What up, mother?
I'm not... Well, we've had an agreeable... So...
Henry, if people...
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cut...
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubos told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation.
Well, it has to be a tongue lap, especially. Well, I hear you. I'm thinking.
What, sir, mate?
The preaching, the lament, just like a... They don't know. You want to... What if was while Jesus Christ... Look to you. Amen.
Well, I don't doubt...
Let's drink.
Funny.
What do you mean? I'm one.
Don't you think it's a bit odd?
No.
What do you think?
He's certain. If he...
Where can I... What do the...
In a few years...
Yeah, unless they...
Nonsense.
Thanks for the...
What do you suppose?
Well, enjoy it, Father. I have to go now. I'm not much in the mood for a drink.
I thought you'd be more game.
So you won't help me out?
No, I won't.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ага. Чё там? Что-то совсем другое развитие получилось. Только у кого я сейчас что узнаю?
Good day to you.
I've come...
I don't...
That's all.
Так, где этот корчмарь? Блин, а кто-нибудь есть вообще тут? Вашек. Кто тут есть вообще? Где тут можно поспать? Где корчмар, ёп? Что за фигня? Ай, ладно, фигня какая-то. Так, надо надеть доспехи. Хауберг дает обаяние, что ли? А, нет. Так. Сейчас пешкарусом пойдем. А где этот пан Рацик? В Нойхофе, что ли? Нойхоф. Труп на дороге. Кто это? Какой-то трупак. Где труп? Я знаю, что это. Сейчас выбежит мужик и будет говорить: ты браконьер?
What in the name of God are you doing, poacher?
What the hell are you talking about?
What are you doing here? Looking for your kill?
Блин, вот это никогда не работало. Тьфу.
I was looking for...
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately.
I've got a fun...
That's a relief. And what were you...
What do you mean?
It would be easy. I could drag you off to... I think I should go. I know what happened. I won't leave...
Oh, really? I tell you, if you try to pin something on me, I have...
You're a poacher.
What the hell do you mean by that? I won't take any more of...
Вот сука, сейчас я ее убью нахер. Чё, охеренела? Где мой меч? Это какая-то странная хрень вообще. Для чего это сделано? Лучше проходить мимо.
May the Lord... What in the name...
I wasn't hunting.
What are you...
I'm traveling.
Sir Radzig. Heavens. All right.
I'm glad you... And what were you...
What do you mean by...
It'll be easy.
А чё не срабатывает?
I could drag you off to Ratai myself.
How dare you?
I think I should go and... I know what happened. I won't leave criminals to roam the roads.
Oh, really? I tell you, if you try...
I'm sorry.
Все, вали нахер. Хотя зачем? Блин, где я?
A bit more careful.
Блин, сейчас тут никого нету. Да блин, почему еще не утро?
How are you, Henry? God be with you, Henry.
Playing up with that weapon. Are you serious?
Greetings.
Sir Hanish, Father Godwin in Ujit is causing me problems.
What? You too? But
No, sir. I tracked down that bandit from Neuhof, but he'd been killed. Only Godwin won't tell me what he said. I tried to, come to some arrangement with him, and now he won't talk to me at all.
Well, the confessional seal is sacred. There are those who would tell you everything for a handful of coin or a keg of wine. We are one of those. But Godwin won't budge once he's made his mind up.
But that's not an option here.
I know, lad. I'm afraid I can't help you. If no one in Ujits knows, we did have some troublemaker from Ujits in the pillory here once, but whether it was the fella you're after... It might be worth having a look at the Rat A Black Chronicle. Or ask the...
It's worth a try.
Welcome, Henry.
О, тут уже есть на зацепки какие-то.
How are you, Henry? Good day, Henry.
Блин, еще 8 нету, что ли? Что так долго?
Jesus Christ be praised.
You look like you've got
Busy. I've had so many visitors.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Scarlet's refugees to work. It's not that there's a shortage of jobs.
I understand.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most, but you might be able to help, Henry.
How?
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need. And you can decide for yourself.
If you need help,
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the refugees are getting on, don't you? But
what kind of work are we talking about?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need 3, actually 5 carriers.
A cook and 5 water carriers. That sounds simple enough.
A little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about it?
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. And young Alex will...
How come that's such a cause for concern?
For one thing, they're afraid of me. And I can't get a straight answer out of any of them. So how the hell am I supposed to...
Oh, they're desperate.
I don't.
Can you tell me anything more?
You'll have to ask Hagen yourself. I couldn't get a straight...
What do I need to know about the water carriers?
We need 3. Right now, some of the
And they need to go...
Of course,
What can you tell me about the other... carrier?
It's dirty, but it's a job that needs to be done. There'll be more than enough work for them.
Sounds disgusting. Why would...
If all else fails, I'll pay 2 groschen for every 1 I pay the water carriers. That might convince someone.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck.
Подожди. А о другом?
I'm on the trail of the bandits who raided Neuhof, and I need to look in the Black Chronicle. I'm hoping there might be a record of one Lubosch from Ujitz and...
Lubosch from Ujitz, eh? Called Limpy?
Yes, that's the fellow. You remember him?
I remember him and the other 2 reprobates who were disturbing the peace here.
Do you remember their names?
Only this Limpy stuck in my mind. I can't remember every wastrel who passes through here. There was one from Vlashim and a 3rd one from somewhere nearby. I can't remember. But that should all be in the Black Chronicle. All you have to do is take a look.
What?
I can't let you do that alone. And Friedrich the Scribe is at home sick. You can go and see him. Tell him I...
Ну... Что там он сказал, я не понял.
I'm on the trail. Yes. Do you remember that?
Only there was one, but that's
what?
I can't let you do that alone. And Friedrich the Scribe is at home sick. You can go and see him.
Friedrich.
Tell him I sent you and work some.
А где этот Фридрих? Блядь, никто ничего не говорит. А где живет этот Фридрих? Там он говорит, нет? Что за фигня?
Master Bailiff?
Nothing.
God, what happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
Да я просто грязный чуть-чуть. Так.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbors. There are jobs here for some of them, and I have to pick people.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do the knacker's job?
But what of it? It will benefit everyone.
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone, and no one wants to do the knacker's job.
I'm also looking for a cook. Do you know of a good cook who's looking for work?
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone. Only...
Well, what's the problem? Did something happen to her?
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish priest and living at the presbytery. So I don't think she's in need of work.
So, do you know who's most in need of some...
Everyone's in need of coin, but not everyone is fit for...
Who should I talk to then?
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the rathouse. So they'll all be in one place. It'll take me a while, though.
But having a job could save someone's life.
Water carrying, maybe. But if they have to do a job that's not fit for a decent person, only for the knacker or the executioner...
So you think there's no point in it? That it's better to beg than have a job, even if it is hauling shit?
You forget that that's a job for the knacker's hired hand, not for displaced people. When we return to Skillets, they'll never be able to rid themselves of the stink.
Thanks.
Так, с кем еще поговорить можно? С Хагеном. Где он?
My God, what happened to you?
The bailiff sent me. He said you look...
That's right. I'm searching for good...
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I know the Skalitz folk.
Ah, I see.
Do you have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, it would be an...
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young? Nimble?
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry. I also heard there are vacant carrier jobs.
Yes, yes. I'm surprised it hasn't occurred to anyone sooner. It will certainly benefit the city if the burghers don't have to send their own servants.
It will benefit my people as well.
Of course, it goes...
I also heard that you need workers to carry, to empty latrines.
It's not dignified to talk of such manners. That's not a concern for decent people.
But I need to know...
Enough. I won't have such talk in my home.
Дебил. Живи в говне. Так, побочное задание.
God almighty.
How does life in...
Ой, не то нажал.
Of all the faithful departed.
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am. Or I did, before those devils rolled in and burnt down Skalitz. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper, and everyone I asked sent me to you.
I've been blessed by God.
So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for nobility. and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food, but I can't just go serve someone else.
Why not?
Because I'm still Father Francis's housekeeper.
But I heard he fled and isn't coming back.
Don't pay any attention. They're just rumors. I'm still his housekeeper.
Where's Father Francis now?
I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was going to confession in Sasau. But that was before all these terrible things happened. I've heard no word of him since then.
Does he go to Sasau often? Where does he stay when he's there?
Not so often. About once a month. He always used to...
I'll ask around about what happened to Father Francis.
Нифига себе, из одного задания может такая фигня произойти. Попрем сейчас куда-нибудь в другой конец карты. Да, я там не был вообще никогда. Фига себе.
Disdain not our supplications in our distress, but deliver us from perils. Only pure and blessed one.
God save Henry.
How are you, Henry?
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Портной. Где портной сидит? Портной.
Good health to you, Henry.
Нет, не тут. Блин, а чё я не могу к этому портному? Закрыто что-то.
Good day, Henry.
What is...
Когда работает этот портной? В какое время? О, эта дурочка вошла, да.
God save Henry.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
I must be going mad.
Нужно с той стороны, что ли, заходить? О, почему закрыта дверь?
Good day, Henry.
What are you doing?
God be with you.
Good health to you, Henry.
Let's talk about the...
А у меня денег 180.
Good health to you, Henry.
Hey, who's there?
What about this?
More.
How are you, Henry?
All right, sir.
Блин, денег у меня вообще нету. Это кто?
I'm glad to see.
Maybe I could get you some work if you...
And where would I learn that? In Scarlet's? If it's gruel with lard, you're up.
No.
So why waste my...
Все, отдыхай. Подожди, пока лишь отправить всех во двор ратуши. Когда он их отправит? Когда они во дворе будут, фиг его знает. Вечером, может быть. Буду ждать светлое время суток во дворе ратуши.
God almighty, has something happened to you?
You're one of the people interested in work?
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions.
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough Peters in the mines, and not just in the mines. So...
At the mines? So you're a miner?
That's right. I worked in the East Shaft, and I hope I'll be working there again. Now that I think of it, have you heard anything from their lordships? When will they open the mines again?
I don't know and don't care. I'm not here because of that.
I suppose not.
How badly do you want to carry water?
Well, right now there doesn't seem to be much work around for miners.
It's not easy work, though. It's a...
Do you think it was easier in the mines? Digging through rock on your knees all...
There's one more option. Carrying shit.
What? For the knacker?
It's a job.
But what would people say? I need money badly, but I couldn't go back to mining after that.
But it would be twice the pay.
The money would help, true enough. What about afterwards? I don't want to be carrying shit all my life.
No, it won't come to that. Sir Radzig will surely take care of things when he returns home. He won't forget the sacrifice you make.
I'm glad to hear that. If that's...
Потаскать дерьмо. Подожди, я уже только что это все делал.
How are you holding up?
You mean this here? Well, I've got...
What happened to it, anyway?
That time in Skalitz. I was knocked down by a horse. But
can you handle carrying water? It's no easy matter.
Sure I can. Like I said, my arm's fine.
The bailiff said he couldn't get a word out of you.
Well, he's not the most popular man around here, after everything that's happened. You can't blame us.
Maybe, but if you lot had just talked to him, I wouldn't have to run around dealing with this.
You might be right.
God be with you, Henry.
That's enough for...
Так. Есть 3 человека. Кто пойдет таскать дерьмо, кто пойдет таскать воду. А, этот тоже, что ли?
My respects to you.
Are you here on account of the water carrying?
Yes, I am. My name is Vincent.
Nice to meet you. I'll ask a few questions.
Fine.
What did you do before this?
Собеседование.
I work for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father, anyway?
He was Moimir. We had a farm near Skalitz.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
So you're probably here about carrying water, right?
I want to carry water.
That's all? Nothing more to add?
That's what's needed, ain't it?
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. How are you, Henry? But I miss my father.
What happened with they?
I don't know.
That's enough for...
I'm glad you came.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest.
You're here about the water?
I...
So, do you want the job? Plenty of other folk that will...
I do! I want it!
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant, then Then I fled from Skullets and ended up here.
Quite the factotum, aren't you? Was none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all. But they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say. Leave this and go and do that.
Pickman? That's your name?
Actually, my real name's Vassen. But they call me Pickman.
Is that German?
No. It's from where...
How are you holding up?
What can I tell you?
What happened with the...
That... He told...
Besides water, you could carry... you could empty latrines.
What? Carry shit? That'd be a new one for me. No, it's not a thing I'd go around boasting about.
So tell...
I was...
Quite the... Right. So you're keen?
I've been keen on it since...
And you had another job before?
No.
Ладно.
So...
Look, the bailiff...
So, I might not get the job? I'll be in...
Так, кого отправить дерьмо таскать? Работа водонос.
Hold your horses. We haven't decided yet who gets the job.
What for?
Что ты умеешь делать?
I worked in the mines.
Они все на руднике работали.
Under the winch, right? Strong as a bull.
Ah, the name sounds familiar. You were one of the new miners, weren't you?
I was. I came last autumn. The winter was mild enough to work the mines, and I showed everyone I was a hard worker. So did I get the job?
We're not finished yet. Are you here because you want to carry water?
Well, I'd rather be back at the winch. Turning it so fast I'd make every... But now I want to carry water at least.
And how are you holding?
Not very well. I'll tell you that. I help out with something every once in a while and get some money for it. But it's not enough. Especially when the dice don't fall in my favor.
Sure. And have you tried?
What for? They'll get the mines running again, and I'll...
And what about soldiering? That's real man's work, isn't it?
It is, and I'd be good at it. When I land a punch, you'd think you were kicked by a horse. Only, Auntie Smith.
No doubt. I heard you lot don't want to talk.
I don't know much about that. The others didn't talk to him, so I kept my mouth shut as well. That's the way we do it at the mines. He didn't even really ask me anything anyway. Just mumbled something.
Well, there's also the option of carrying, shit.
Not a chance. I'm not carrying any shit around. And if anyone tries to make me, I'll break his legs.
Это для настоящего мужчины. Не стоило бы тут спрашивать.
And what if I told you that you get double the pay?
Didn't I mention something about breaking legs?
You did, but more money?
I wouldn't be under the winch anymore. More like under the stench.
And how are you holding?
Not very
sure.
What for?
It's a shame there isn't any real work for...
Ain't that the truth?
Good day, Henry.
I know everything.
So, can I go carry water?
Not yet. I'll tell the bailiff and he'll choose.
Well, I hope he chooses me. Otherwise, I might be very angry.
If you think I'm afraid of you, you're mistaken.
We'll see.
Охренительный какой-то чувак. Так, этот, короче, мужлан. Такой боевой. Этот... А, этот готов на любую работу. Этот какой-то похуист. Вот этот готов дерьмо носить вообще. Отбойщик Тонда. Вид камень.
Welcome.
There's still something.
Yes?
That's enough for now.
I hope I can be...
I'd like to talk to you. That's all I need to know.
Good luck then.
Кто это там?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge of giving out jobs.
It's true. Do you know how to cook? Do you know how to make...
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to carry water.
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me though. So I came here myself.
Кто это?
Be that as it may, I already have the people I need to carry water. And anyway, it's no job for a woman.
I'm strong enough to knock you on your arse, you pup.
Чё, она ебанутая? Так, водоносов уже можно выбрать. А повариху пока нет. Окей.
I hope.
I also heard
Yes, yeah.
it will benefit more.
Of course.
А, вот еще один чувак. Ты хочешь поработать?
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you...
What? But I want the work and I deserve it.
What makes you so deserving? How did you make a living before this?
I was the owner of a mine. Well, I had a lease on it. But in our line of work, it amounts to the same thing.
The chief, eh? But have you ever hauled a bucket of ore up a hill?
There's no hill in a mine. Just a shaft with a winch.
It's hard work carrying water.
So is taking care of a mine.
It's not quite the same thing, is it? You need brawn to carry water, not brains.
I wasn't born a mine owner, you know. I've done my share of hauling.
А еще ты можешь чистить отхожие
There's
места.
also the option of emptying latrines.
Are you trying to insult me? That's no job for a decent Christian.
True. That's why it pays double.
Double, hey? Oh, that's not bad. But for a man of my stature, no doubt there are more needy souls.
Вдвойне.
How are you holding up in Ratai?
Not too well. I've tried offering my administrative...
He's not an easy man to deal with.
Well, if he gives you a...
And the bailiff complained he couldn't get a word out of you.
I refused to talk to him. Last time I did, he was vulgar, shouting.
Well, that's enough for now.
Чё, все уже ушли? Ну да, я со всеми поговорил. Так, кого же дерьмо послать, убирать?
Jesus, look where you're going.
I know everything I need to know to pick the carriers.
Splendid. I'll be glad to get this damn business off my back. So how have you decided?
Я не хочу иметь к этому отношения.
So, how do we do this? Do I just give you their names, or should I send for them?
Just tell me their names and whether they should carry water or something else.
Так, этот может воду носить. Он сильный.
Tonda. They call him the Winch.
The Winch. Ought to be good with a bucket anyway. What's he going to do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
А может, не того надо было взять? Ну, сейчас попробуем, значит... Корнелиус пойдет дерьмо чистить.
Cornelius. Carrying shit.
Good. One person.
Vincent.
Vincent? Never heard of him. What do you...
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water.
Peter.
Peter? Rock? Didn't he get into a fight and injure his arm?
Carrying shit.
Good. One per...
Vasil. Goes by the moniker of
Pickman. I hope he doesn't have it.
No. They call him Pickman because he worked in the silver mines, and he was very keen with the pick. So much so, he managed to chop...
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket.
Так, а что там? Всех, что ли, пьют?
Can't be done. We've already got enough people.
А, значит, носить его, да.
Carrying water. That's it.
Good. All decided. Now...
I chose a cook as well. Should I tell you or go to...
Tell me who you chose and...
I had no job.
All right, I'll ask...
А, не, потом, короче. Нет, сейчас распределим водолеев этих, а потом Повариху надо будет найти самому. Так вот, опереться в другой город надо.
Greetings, good night.
I know everything.
Splendid.
So,
Just
Vincent,
Vincent.
to carry water.
So we have one per...
Peter, better
Peter, Rock. Didn't he get into a fight?
to carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Tonda. They call him the winch.
The winch. Ought to be good with a buck.
To carry water.
So we have one person to...
Cornelius. Carrying shit.
Good.
Vasil.
Pickman.
No, no.
Well, he can't do too...
Carrying shit.
Good.
That's it.
Good. I'll decide.
Так, с поварихой потом. О, во-во-во, привет, да. Конечно, она долгая очень. Если еще по сюжету можно. Можно просто по сюжету, конечно, идти, а так. Я тут кое-что дополнительно прохожу. Так, надо на А сходить. Кто это?
Stop and talk a while at least.
What's it about?
You have incredible good fortune, friend.
I don't know.
Look here, I'm
No.
very wise too. I'm a...
All right.
As you wish.
Какая-то книга. Театр теней. У меня денег нету. У меня нету денег. Отдохни.
Stop and talk a while at least.
Ледичко. Так, это далеко. О, давай вора поймаем. Если можно было на коне, наверное, или нельзя, фиг знает. Блядь, куда ты побежал? Блядь, это пиздец. Начинается. Так, дай морду набью тебе.
Had enough?
Yeah, you... For the love of God. I only stole a piece of bread. I was starving.
No excuses. Hand it over. Here. You got the thrashing you deserved. I hope you've... Yes, sir.
You really let him go? Just like that? And did you get the loot back?
I did.
Thank you. And
thanks.
Это вор. И какая дорога сюда? Кого-то повесили. Ого, тут далеко еще как-то через... Хрен его знает как. Сюда. Блин, сейчас упасть можно? Нет, лучше не надо. Потихонечку. Можно упасть и ногу сломать. Мельник еще один. Мельники подворовывают. Ого. Далеко еще нет? А, вот город какой-то. Так, тропинка где? Сазава. Что это, город такой, что ли? Что-то сейчас застряну где-нибудь. Так, вот это местный храм. Или нет? Как туда попасть? Что там за забор какой-то? Блин, он не тут, что ли? Он где он вообще? Священник этот. А, вот. Да, вот это сюда. Вот он.
Father, when do you plan to return to St. James?
I beg your pardon. Why do you ask, my boy?
Your housekeeper, Agnes, is in Rattard and doesn't want to work for anyone else. She's waiting for your return.
So she survived. Thank the Lord. I prayed for her and all who suffered, but I'm not going back. Tell her I appreciate her concern, but to look out for herself now.
Все? Похоже, что да.
Be a bit more careful.
Корчма где? Может там денег выиграть чуток? Блин, что тут никто не играет? Карта. Ледичко. А какой ледичко? Подожди. Вообще туда надо было. Ну ладно. Это же прервать нельзя, что ли? Так, сейчас чуть-чуть поспим. Блин, за задание вообще хоть деньги дадут какие-нибудь? Опять Тереза, ёп.
Do you want something?
I'd like to ask a favor of you, Hal.
Of course. What is it?
I heard you're picking people to carry water. No one needs the job more than Antonia.
Adam never mentioned any Antonia.
I'm not surprised. But Antonia really needs that job.
Кто такая Антония?
Can she cook?
What's that got to do with carrying water?
Nothing, but there's a cook's job going too. Much easier than hauling water.
I don't know how good a cook she is, though. You'd better ask her yourself.
Do you think she'll be able to handle carrying those buckets? It's quite far, and up that hill.
She's no princess. She's tough enough.
Well, it's just if I recommend somebody who's not fit for the job, I'll be the one who has problems.
And what's the worst that can happen to you? A telling off? Suit yourself, but I won't forget it.
Поесть или не поесть? Короче, то если, наверное, я сделаю по-своему, то она мне как бы это... Отношения типа испортятся. Ну, типа задание надо выбрать кого работников для работы. Носить воду, надо найти водоносов и говноносов. То есть кто помои будет убирать и кто будет поварихой. Повариху я вроде бы нашел, но тут прибегает эта дурочка и говорит типа... А нет, это получается какая-то баба хочет быть не поварихой, а водоносом. Что за бред? А я уже вроде договорился с этим, что типа эти будут там водоносами, говноносами. Крестьянин.
The people, come up close and have a smell.
God save Henry.
Welcome,
Так, вот она, повариха будущая.
I asked around in Sasau. Father Francis is doing well in Sasau. He has no plans to return to St. James anytime soon.
You talked to him? How is he doing? Doesn't he need his cassock fixed? He's always tearing it. But there isn't a pew or a step he hasn't tripped over at one time or another.
As I said, he's doing just fine.
Так что, она пойдет работать или нет? А, ну все, да, значит, должна пойти. Вернуться к этому ретаржу. А чё у меня там горит еще что-то?
God save. What can I do for you? I chose a cook as well. Should I tell you or go to Hagen?
Tell me who you chose and I'll take care of it.
Как там ее звали? Гнешка? Я что-то забыл. Что за фигня?
I chose old Agnes for the cook's job. I had a job convincing her, but
А, ну да.
she's the best cook around.
Glad to hear it. I'll have to drop in on Hagen for lunch sometime.
35 монет только дали. Чё так мало?
Master Bailiff, is there anything of it?
Don't even talk.
Master Bailiff?
Don't even talk to me.
Почему? Всё, нет? Навести Терезу. Блин, 35 монет. Столько бегало, 35 монет. Охренеть. Там еще можно было взятку взять за это, за то, чтоб на работу приняли.
Greetings, Henry.
Hey! Lord Almighty!
Good day to you.
Be a bit more careful.
Шлем выглядит по-дебильному.
I'm interested in...
So what are you...
Get my son...
As you wish.
Fine.
I...
Все, сейчас можно на свидание сходить. Блин, а где-то Тереза? Навестить Терезу. А.
I'd like to know... So, how'd you like it in Rattay?
It's a big town with good strong walls, so I suppose we're safe here. And they took us in and...
What do you think of the Lord here, Sir Hanush?
He comes from the glorious line of the Lords of Lipa. Folks say he's a bit added, but he took us in, so he must be a good Christian.
Who's this Sir Hans Capon?
He's actually a real Lord of Patay, and Sir Hanush is only his guardian, because Sir Hans is underage and his father is dead. Folks say he's a...
How are the Skalitz folk getting on?
They're alive, that's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping...
Do you know anything about...
They came to Hungary.
That's all. I've brought you something.
Oh, Hal. Is this for me? This must have cost you a fortune. But I like it very much, thank you. You really mustn't bring me any more gifts like that, or you'll spoil me.
А что я подарил? Что я подарил, непонятно. Что я принес, непонятно, что я принес.
Would you like to get up to some more mischief? It was fun the last.
Yes, it was. Although a girl doesn't get a chance to tend the wounds of a gallant defense. Shall we play blind man's...
That's really what you want to do?
I know it's a game for children, but I always liked it, and I won't feel stupid playing it with you.
Alright, why not?
Good. Then follow me. Nobody will see us here in this barn.
Are you shy?
It's a game for little children. Of course I'm embarrassed.
Well, adults play it too, you know.
But only when they're drunk.
О, я знаю, что сейчас что в амбаре будет.
I'll cover my eyes.
Well, they do say love is blind.
Cheeky boy. But this is a game you won't be winning. I've got ears sharper than a bat's.
And I'm as stealthy as a cat. You'll never find me.
We'll see. But if you leave the barn, you lose. Come here. Come on, spin me around. What are you waiting for?
Blind I may be, deaf I'm not. Make a sound, and you'll get got. How does it go after that?
It doesn't matter. Go and hide. Here. Where are you?
Мне правда надо спрятаться?
Just you wait. I'll find you. I bet you're here. No? You're a sneaky one. How come I didn't hear you? Oh no! I left clothes out to dry. We have to bring them in before they get soaked. Oh no, it's completely soaked.
You'll have to put it by the stove to dry.
No, that would just make it reek of smoke. It's sopping wet.
Not afraid of thunderstorms, are you?
Not anymore.
Shouldn't we spread the linen out?
Henry, hush now.
Сейчас все случится. А, ну все пошло. Как в Ведьмаке примерно. Все получилось, скажем так. Все, ухажер, все, уже закончилось. Можно за ней уже не бегать. Уже нету таких заданий. Самое длинное задание, наверное. Ой, а может быть, если бы она меня поймала, то б ничего не получилось. Фиг знает.
Greetings, Henry.
Можно еще раз сцену посмотреть. А ну что там будет? Если например поймать. Хотя вариантов нет, по-любому все закончится этим. А ну поймай меня. Позвольте Тересе выиграть.
There you see. I can hear better than a bat. Oh no. I've left
Ну, вообще в любом случае белье. Да, в общем-то ничего не изменится особо.
Oh no, it's completely soaked.
You'll have to put it by the stove to dry.
Help me bring it to the hay.
Я ее обогнал.
It's sopping wet.
Все получилось? Значит, я пропустил, а вдруг что-то не получилось. Вдруг сцены не было, подожди. Скорее всего, была. Это ничего не влияет. Что ты дашь поймать, что ты дашь поймать.
What was that?
Ой.
Was that you? There you see.
О, ну.
Hey, look out. Oh no, it's completely soaked.
You'll have to put it by the stove to dry.
No, that would just make it reek of smoke. Help me bring it to the hay.
Она таки хочет, чтобы ее в амбаре взяли. Она намекает постоянно.
It's sopping wet.
Not afraid of thunderstorms, are you?
Not anymore.
Боюсь, и все, и убежала.
Shouldn't we spread the linen out?
Henry, hush now.
Перчатки латные, наверное, мешают. Ну да, все нормально. Все, сцена для взрослых. Еще раз. Вторую палку кинул. Она на весь город орет, блин. Ну все. пропустить. Все, на этой веселой ноте можно закончить. Все, всем, кто смотрел, пока.